You know what time it is. It's time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper. Hang with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. With Mr. Cooper. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Cooper. From Mr. Cooper. Yeah.
Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. Big shout outs to everyone that's listening on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, wherever you're listening to. Big shout outs to you. If you want to catch the video version of this show, make sure you go to my website to catch full episodes at thebigscoopwithcoop.com. Also on YouTube at youtube.com/thebigscoopwithcoop. You can also catch a 15-minute preview of this episode right here on Instagram at Big Scoop with Coop. All right, people, enough about me. Today's guest, she is doing big things in the television industry and the movie industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Enya Flack. Once again, I told you she is a great actress. She's also been a host. She has been on E! Entertainment. She has been on E! Live News. She's been on Extra. She has done Fox Sports Net. She has done so much. Plus, she is gracing the presence on All the Queen's Men, Tyler Perry's All the Queen's Men. And she plays the role as District Attorney Alicia Rodds. So we're going to sit back and relax. We're going to kick it with Enya. We're going to talk about her career, All the Queen's Men, and more. So, once again, sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of the Big Scoop with Coop with Enya Flack. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you doing, Coop?
Man, everything is good. Of course, you know, North Carolina fighting this snow. Got about 4 inches here, and it's cold as I don't know what.
Oh my God. I know. I am still not used to that. I forgot what it's like, this kind of weather. This is extreme for sure.
It is. And the crazy part is it started melting in my neighborhood. But the problem is, it's still cold as crap, and the stuff turned to ice.
I know it. I know. I'm not looking forward to it. But luckily, I have a nice warm house to stay in, and I don't think I'll be leaving until it's thawed.
I don't blame you. So, Tyler Perry, if you're watching this right now, do not call Enya in right now. It's too darn cold to shoot something. You got enough episodes cut already, so you know what to do. No doubt. No doubt. Now, Enya, before we start, I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to say it straight up, congratulations for everything you have done. Your work speaks for itself from the past days all the way up to now. Keep doing your thing. And the crazy part is, guess what? Your best hadn't even hit yet.
Oh, thanks.
Nailing it out the park already. So keep doing your thing. Definitely.
Yeah. I've been very blessed. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Now, Enya, for the people that's getting introduced to you for the first time, when did you first realize that you wanted to get into the television and movie industry?
Oh, my God. Well, you know what? I always think, I remember when I was probably about 4 years old, singing into my hairbrush, thinking I could sing. That wasn't, so I knew I wanted to be in entertainment some way or another, but it kind of just grew over time. So, I guess I want to say I started at 4, but I got into music when I was 7. I started taking piano lessons, took some harp lessons when I was 9, thought for a minute I was going to be a musician. Then I got really fascinated in broadcasting right before college. And so I was convinced that was what I was going to do. So, I've kind of always known I wanted to do something in television or radio. Mm-hmm. So, it's just kind of evolved over time now.
And you know what, Enya, I tell a lot of people all the time, whenever you get a feeling at a young age, it sticks in you and it doesn't go nowhere. And it kind of makes your mind and your body want to shift towards that thought in your head, that dream. And look at you. You didn't just shift, you kicked the darn door down, man. You got people requesting for you left and right, not just in the acting and hosting and everything else you have done. So, yes, I tell people all the time, and ladies and gentlemen that's watching worldwide, I said it before in my 11 seasons of this show, we'll say it again. If you have a strong feeling it's something you want to do in your career, it is not just a coincidence that you feel that way or a thought. Run and go get it. Definitely run and go get it. Yes. Now, Enya, did you have any mentors that help you out? When you got into the industry, for the very first time? And I'm not talking about just acting. I'm talking about in the television industry. Did you have any mentors to help you out?
I mean, not exactly. I mean, there were people that I definitely admired back in the day for sure. I mean, like when I did want to do broadcasting, I really admired people. I mean, I actually admired Barbara Walters and Connie Chung and people like that. And what I admired was, those are the faces I saw. There weren't that many women in television news at the time, so that was who was there when I was, coming up. Um, and I just thought they just seemed so intelligent, and I thought they were beautiful and all that. And, who wouldn't want to be that? But I did have some mentors once I, ended up in LA. I honestly didn't know anybody, or I'll take it back. I kind of basically knew one person when I moved to LA, and he was really well connected. And so, I mean, I was really lucky. I met some A-listers early on. I remember meeting Lynn Whitfield for example. I love Lynn Whitfield. I met her. I think I'd been in town for about a month. I mean, I have some crazy stories. I met Prince. I got to meet a lot of people. I don't, and it was just kind of strange. But I tell you, one person who I will say did become a mentor for me really fast was a gentleman named Art Evans. He unfortunately just passed away in December, and I just kind of found out, or no, November I think it was, and I just found out about it recently. But if you Google Art Evans, if you don't know who he was, just brilliant actor, and he really kind of showed me the ropes. So yeah.
Wow. You know what? It's very random that you just threw out the name and said, yeah, I met Prince. Like it was nothing like you just met
Right.
Steve at Walgreens or something. You like, I met Prince. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I went in there thinking, oh, I guess this is just the way LA is. Okay, cool. But it doesn't, started off fast, but things kind of slow down after a minute, and even out. But yeah, early on, I met Prince.
Wow. Now, you can speak on this also, Enya, and so can I to a certain extent. Now, Enya, we know it's a different world from North Carolina to California. Totally different pace, totally different atmosphere, totally different environment. Was it hard for you to transition from North Carolina to California?
In some ways, but you know what is it's funny. When I moved to California, truth be told, I had just come out of a bad breakup, and that was kind of what gave me. I was just crying my eyes out and all this kind of stuff all the time. And I just sort of made up my mind I needed to focus on. I needed to do something where I didn't know, had to focus on something else. So for me, it's in a way it was a little bit easier because when you go from here to there and you don't know anybody over on this side, you can do kind of whatever you want. I mean, nobody has any sort of expectations or preconceived notions or whatever about you. So a weird way, I can't speak today. Um, yeah, it was kind of easy. So like I was just kind of open. I'm like, all right, let's see what happens here. So yeah, but you know, different ideas. I think the South, at least when I knew it, was much more conservative than in LA. So that was a little bit to get used to, but you know, figured it out somehow.
And see, that's the thing. A lot of people, they hear stories about, yeah, I moved to California and I didn't have no money in my pocket, so I was homeless and I slept in a car and I was a waiter or a waitress for 6 months, and then I ran into a person and I got this, and this. You kind of went like on a revenge tour. You was like, you know what? Bump old dude, I'm gone. I'm getting my career started. And guess what? You started that career. You was like a fresh battery put in a car. You just gone. And that's what you did. And the reason why I'm bringing that part up in you, because a lot of people think that you always have to struggle to go to California or try to get into the business. If you're talented at what you do, eventually that spot will open up for you. But at the same time, I can say this in the industry, 1,000 no's equals one yes for a lot of people. So you got to have thick skin to be in this business. Very thick skin.
You do, you definitely do. And by the way, I did do some waitressing, cocktail waitressing, and I was I sucked at it. And I was, thank God, I was never homeless, but I lived with just like friends of the family for like the first 4 months. I was a secretary for a minute at Warner Brothers. That's a funny story how I got that job too. But you just have to be willing. I mean, there's some people that go there and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to do commercials, for example. People don't want to do commercials. They only want to do films, that kind of stuff. You can't just go out there and say, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm too good for, whatever. I mean, have your boundaries, but be realistic too.
You're right. You're right. And you can't just say, you know what, I was the main star in my fourth grade play. You're going to give me a major role on ABC. No, it doesn't work that way. You better get it where you can and work your way up. That's what you got to do. Yes. Now, I wanted to talk about working your way up. Now, before you became a official actress, I kind of mentioned it earlier before, you worked at places like FoxSports.net, Extra, eLive News. Now, how was that feeling? How excited were you to receive those roles as a reporter out there? How was it?
I mean, I was very excited. Very excited. I mean, and again, I think a lot of it came from leaving myself open. And I had actually gotten one or two little acting jobs before I got the job on, well, I did some sports casting for KCBS, the local CBS affiliate out in LA. But things had kind of, had slowed down a little bit. The auditions were slowing down, and this opportunity came up to do local sports casting on the weekends. Well, I knew like that much about sports and learn more. But what I didn't realize when I got the job was like, okay, I thought I was just trying to make ends meet, basically. Well, think about it. People on the weekend, everybody watches sports, or a lot of people, most people watch sports of some kind, whatever. So what I didn't even think about was, even though I wasn't necessarily getting into casting offices at that time, or as many as I wanted to get in on, casting people were watching sport on the weekend. They were watching football games. They were watching whatever, and I was there. And so I'm like, oh yeah, hey, let me call her in, And whereas I had been reading for nothing but love interests and girlfriends and that kind of stuff, because there were a lot of sitcoms going on at that time, and I was always somebody's love interest or something. Suddenly I was getting called in for what? Reporter roles and other things that they had not thought of me for before seeing me do that. So you really never know. When somebody offers you an opportunity, don't just say, oh no, that's not, that's,
That's true. Now, are you still keeping up with sports today? Any type of sport?
A little bit, a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I could, call a game or anything at this point, but yeah, I mean, I love football, love basketball, cool.
Well, that's not calling a game, but I'm glad you brought up football. Who do you got for the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I mean, I guess well, I wish I could say the Panthers, but that,
Let's not do that, Enya.
I know. I'm hoping the Chargers get in there, though. I really am.
Well, you have four teams left. So let me tell you your four teams you have. You have the Washington Commanders. That's my team. I've been a fan of Washington since '88. You had the Philadelphia Eagles. You had Buffalo, and you had the Buffalo Bills, and you had the Kansas City Chiefs. So this weekend, Washington plays Philadelphia.
Okay.
And Buffalo plays Kansas City. So the winner of those two teams go to the Super Bowl.
Touchdown behind it. Okay. Well, in that case, because I gotta go for Washington because I went to school in DC. There were the Redskins when I was there, though.
Yep.
So, and then KC.
Okay. And we got the same picks because that's what I'm going with also. Okay. And I'm saying Washington is going to win the Super Bowl. They have not done it in over 30-something years. So they're going for it. They definitely are. Now, what can you say was one of your most exciting times for when you was on Extra or E! News Live? What was one of your favorite moments off of either one of them?
Well, let me think about that. Now this is kind of funny. And well, I don't know if it's the, well, okay. Sorry, I'm talking all over myself. I got to interview, um, well, I almost got to interview Halle Berry. That would have been exciting, but there's another story there. That would have been kind of cool. Let me talk about E. So, I got to interview Tyler Perry
Mm.
before he blew up. And I've yet to tell him that. It was he had, been making this big splash with all of his stage plays. And his first, I guess it must have been his first sitcom was about to come up. So I got to interview him and really I won't say nobody knew who he was, but I mean he was not well known at all. So that was kind of a unique experience, especially now that I've gone full circle with
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now you need to bring it up to Tyler because you
I
know he's
do.
going to repost it. He's going to find that footage and he will repost that. Yeah.
I really need
Yeah.
to, but I actually asked him to sing because somebody told me he had a beautiful voice. I'm like, oh, will you sing for me? He's like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, oh, come on for me. And he's like, no, I don't think so. Well, I don't
Wow.
know. We might not want to bring that up. I don't know.
No, no, for giggles, bring it up. Bring
Probably
it up.
should.
Yes. Tyler, if you watching this, I'm beating you to it. Enya got something to tell you. And listen to what she has to say when she meet up with you one-on-one. Most definitely. Now, let's talk about it. The show that's got everybody in a frenzy right now. All the Queen's Men. Now, you have this role as District Attorney Alicia Rodds, and you guys are chasing Madam and chasing Madam. You get her in the palm of your hand. It's like oil just slipped right out of your hands. First, how excited were you to receive that role of District Attorney Alicia Rodds on All the Queen's Men?
I absolutely loved it. I mean, I was definitely familiar with the show, and it was, a much kind of grittier show than I had ever done. And so I was excited about that. I've always wanted to play a lawyer. That kind of felt right for me. I've known a few lawyers, and I actually wanted to go to law school for a long time. I wanted to go to law school. I took the LSATs and all that stuff. So that felt right to me. And it was supposed to be, it was, I think it started off with like maybe 6 episodes or something like that, and then it kept growing. So yeah, I was absolutely thrilled. And I had never worked with at Tyler Perry Studios before, so I was excited to do that too.
So I think the ladies want to know this. So I'm going to ask her. You on the bit scoop with Coop, so you got to get a scoop just a little bit.
Okay.
Is Alicia turning into a dirty cop? Because that last episode, y'all set old girl up.
Would
So
you call her dirty cop?
crooked, crooked. Maybe
Let's
that's a better
say,
word.
let's just say she's been trying to get she and Detective Davis have been trying to get Madam for a long time. And sometimes you got to get your hands dirty,
Mm.
to get to get the dirty guys, to get the bad guys. That's all I'm saying about that.
Mm. So are you planning to wash your hands anytime soon?
I can't tell you that.
Ah,
You have to wait
ladies
for
and gentlemen.
episode number 9, right?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen worldwide, I tried to hook y'all up, ladies. I tried to get it out of her. And you ain't gonna split the lips on that one. So I'm sorry. You heard her watch episode 9. See what's gonna happen.
If Mr. Perry's watching, he'll appreciate that. I know.
Tyler, I did try to slip her up. It didn't work. Tyler, you got a strong actress on your hands. She ain't talking. She's not going to do it. I'm telling you, everybody that's watching worldwide, if you have not seen the show All the Queen's Men, make sure you tune in. Is it Tuesday night?
Thursday night.
Yep, 9 o'clock. Make sure you tune in to watch the show. This is something you do not want to miss. This show is in season 5. If you have not seen it already, started season 1, work your way up. Make sure you go watch this show. Not right now, because you're watching this interview. After the interview, make sure you go check out the show. Right now, we kicking it with Enya, so we're going to find out more about her. Now, Enya, also, how is it when the cameras are not rolling with the cast and crew on All the Queen's Men? Is it just as fun as the cameras rolling?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's actually working at Tyler Perry Studios. I mean, it's really a dream cast, a dream crew. Everybody is just, so professional and so dedicated. I mean, and I'm not just saying that to say that. It's been a really, really good experience. And I, I have no complaints. I really don't. Everybody is very willing because we shoot very fast. The scenes get shot very, very fast. We go through about 100 pages a day, literally, when we're shooting. So we get actors working, offset, together just to make sure we get those lines right. Everybody's real supportive of each other. So good.
And that's crazy because everybody I've interviewed on the past seasons of the show that came, well, that's worked at Tyler Perry Studios and still working there, and they are a part of these shows, they say the same thing. It's fast paced, you kill a lot of pages, but it is fun while you're doing it at the same time. So big shout outs to Tyler Perry, big shout outs to the cast and crew of All the Queen's Men. Continue to do your thing. You got the whole world watching. Geez, did you even know this in you right now? All the Queen's Men is rated a 4.6 or 4.7 out of 5 stars. That is up there. You guys are got everybody's attention. So I don't see the show going anywhere anytime soon. I'm talking about like leaving your TV screens. This is something you're gonna be seeing for a while. Because I'm sorry, Enya, I don't see. No, I'm not gonna talk to Enya right now. I'm gonna talk to Alicia. Alicia, I'm sorry. You got your crew up there, but you're not catching Matt on no time soon. So keep trying to blow up a club. Keep trying to grab them. I'm sorry, Alicia, you're not getting them. Just want to say that to you. Now going back to Enya. Got to get back to Enya now. I had to talk to Alicia for a second.
Okay.
Now, Enya, that's not the only thing that you have done. Also, you have actually been in a movie called Twisted Sister. That's on Lifetime. And you played the role of Cassie. Can you tell everybody about this movie and how was it like playing that role?
Right. It was Cassie's is really just kind of the best friend of the lead. The lead was played by Mina Suvari. Well, two leads, Mina Suvari and Joy Bryant, and not not Joy Bryant. Ooh, her name is not coming to me right now. Anyway, Joy. Joy's plays Mina's sister. I'm her best friend, and it's if you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to tell too much about it, but it's the premise is basically this woman comes out of nowhere and presents herself as this woman's well, not even long lost. The sister she never knew that she had. I'm the suspicious one. I'm like, this is not. I'm the best friend saying, girl. Mm. I know she seems nice, but back up. And I pay for it.
Wow.
I pay for it for being the suspicious one. Things happen to Cassie. Poor Cassie. So, it was a fun play. And there was another one that got shot pretty fast too.
Wow. How can people watch this? Is it still going on Lifetime or is it on demand or what is the best way?
I think it's on demand right now. I know it's on Amazon, but I think it just got picked up again. And we'll be back on Lifetime.
Wow.
I'm not sure within the next month or so. I'm not sure.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen watching worldwide, make sure you check out this also Twisted Sister. You don't want to miss this movie. Enya, if you try to catch up with Enya, if you blink, she's on another show and another movie that quick. Trying to keep up with her is like her trying to catch Madeline. She will slip through your fingers. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you find out where she's at. Make sure you watch it on demand. You do not want to miss anything that she is doing. Now, also, and I'm going to prove my point, ladies and gentlemen, with this next question. Enya, can you please name some more television shows that you have appeared in your whole career span? Now, remember, this is only a 35-minute show. We can't name 6 hours worth of shows that you have done in your career because you have killed this television industry. You have killed it. Go for it.
Let's see. Outer Banks, Homeland, The Sopranos, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, In the House, The Parkers, Dynasty. Oh my gosh. Where's my resume? Dang.
Whew.
Uh,
How many pages is your resume?
Parker's Son of the Son of the Beach, Malcolm and Eddie. Let's see, I did one called Black Scorpion, Enemy of the State. There's a lot.
Good gosh.
There's a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to IMDb. Look this woman up. If you got 3 hours to read her resume, go to IMDb because she has done a lot. I told you, success is following her. She is doing big things. It hit her at the age of 4, from singing in a hairbrush to hitting every channel that's on your television. If you don't have cable, guess what? She still hit your channel. She has been everywhere your channel can flip to. So make sure you follow everything that she is doing. Now, are there any other projects that you're working on right now, Enya, that you'd like the world to know about?
Other than All the Queen's Men, I did have a wonderful script come across my desk the other day, and it looks like we're going to go into production on that pretty soon. This will be an interesting one. It's a film, and it's kind of a genre bending film. It has elements, it's interesting. It's faith-based and horror.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. It's a wonderful, wonderful script, and I play kind of the character is similar to DA Rodds, similar. She's she's going to be tracking down some things. So yeah, so that is I'm hoping it looks like that's going to be a go.
Well, I'm going to change what Enya just said, ladies and gentlemen. She's hoping it's about to happen. So make sure you follow her. Make sure you keep up with her once again. She can hope all she wants. I already said success follows this woman everywhere she goes. Be ready to see this movie that's about to come out soon with Enya in it. I'm calling it ahead of time right now.
I will take that. I like that. That's a good attitude. Yes, it's coming.
That's right. That's right. Now, Enya, what is the best way for everyone to follow you on social media?
Well, just look up my name. I'm not that creative. So it's Enya Flack on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Threads. It's on TikTok too, but I don't touch TikTok much. So just look my name up.
Ladies and gentlemen worldwide, make sure you follow Enya. If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest that she's doing, if you want to find out what movie she's going to be on next, what television she's going to be on next, what television channel she's going to be on, what streaming platform she's going to be on, if you blink, she's right there. Just follow her on social media so you can make sure you keep up with the latest and greatest. Once again, people, like I said, she's doing big things. Continue to follow her. Give her shout outs in her comments. Make sure you hit up her page. Let her know how well she is doing. Let her know also, do you agree with me that she's not going to catch Madam anytime soon? Or do you believe that it's about to happen by episode 9? She said episode 9. I'm calling different. I'm sorry. I'm flipping the coin on that one. I don't believe in you on that one. I don't. Let her know what you think in the comments when you follow her on social media. Now, Enya, this is the last segment of the show. It's called Take the Floor. You have up to 2 minutes to say whatever you want. No questions asked. Enya Flack, take the floor.
Well, it was mostly on my heart. I want y'all, and I know everybody's heard about it, but please, 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 if you are in a position to do it, please donate to those folk out in Southern California who've lost their homes. I've been reading, we've all read some stuff on social media where, people are saying, oh, they can, these people, they're millionaires, they can afford blah, 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 blah. I don't care how much money somebody has. Somebody's home is their home, period. And it's not just about the structure. It's not, the four walls, whatever. It's about the memories. So little things, like maybe it's a book that your grandmother passed down to you or something, So, try to just be human. Be human about that. It's been really that's been really on my heart. Other than that, I get asked a lot about getting into the business. How'd you do this? And tell me what to do. There's no straight path, but just like Coop was saying earlier, if in your heart you feel like that this is what you want to do, give it a shot. Even my parents were two teachers, and so it was all about education. And I went through school, I went through college, I did all that, but I still had this feeling inside that, I wanted to try something different that didn't necessarily have a straight path. And, you'll probably make some mistakes. You may not, and you're not going to get every single thing you audition for. Every time you try for something, you're not going to get it. But if it's right for you and you feel like it's who you are, then go for it, because you'll feel worse if you don't and wonder, what if and all that stuff, as opposed to going, trying it and, failing. You'll be happier that you at least tried it. That's all I got.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from in y'all soul, man. If it's in your heart, in your mind, go for it, because you don't want to turn 80, 90, 100 years old and say, man, I should have did this in my 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So make sure you go for it. It doesn't matter if you want to be a plumber, be the best daggone plumber out there. If you want to be an actor or actress, go out there and you do your thing. You may be standing right beside Enya as the new DA on season 28 of All the Queen's Men, because they still ain't gonna catch them at them in the next 28 seasons. So make sure you do your thing. Make sure you do everything you can in your life, because you have one life. Live it up to the fullest. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, follow her on social media, her first and last name. That's all you got to do, and you'll find her. Enya, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really enjoyed you, and I would love to have you back on in the future.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been fun. I will definitely come back if you'll have me.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the next episode of the Big Scoop with Coop, my next guest is... You know I don't announce my next guest. You better follow me on social media at Big Scoop with Coop to keep up with the latest and greatest, to find out who's coming up next. Until the next time on the Big Scoop with Coop. Peace.